Welcome back, folks. I was checking out an interview, and it's come to known that T.I. supposedly says that Minister Louis Farrakhan calls him. Very interesting. Here's a video from Not in Talk channel. Real quick. Check this out real quick.
I just want to tell you, T.I., even though Farrakhan calling you, I wonder if Farrakhan call any one of those girls who accuse you of raping and drugging and sticking your long foot and they look you and your woman. That's all I'm saying. Did Farrakhan call any of them women and say, hey, sisters, I want to pray with y'all. I want to talk to y'all about what happened. I want to help heal some of y'all pain. I wanted to Mr. Louis do any of that type of shit. I want to call some old punk-ass rapper who been professing to be the king of the South. And as soon as somebody hurt his goddamn feelings, oh, I'm mad at my celebrity. Y'all didn't protect me. Nigga, you say you'll go to jail.
I'm telling you guys about this because it's like a lot of hypocrisy going around. You know, I ain't the pot calling the kettle black, but I'm just saying, it is too much hypocrisy going on. So Minister Louis Farrakhan calls T.I. Of all the people you can call. And on that last video I showed y'all, Charleston White was right. I'm not going to specifically stick to what he said, which was, quote, what about the victims, alleged victims of T.I.? Did you call them and make sure they were all right? Now, the nation is in the business of protecting the same people they tell former students and people in the black community in general to not idolize or worship and do not deem them above the regular man, the normal man, above the almighty power that be. This is what we doing? I mean, before I even go further into this, even Akon said a little while back, he said something so I thought was pivotal in the sense that stop thinking we all alike and we just need people to stop speaking for all of us. You feel me? The man basically said, just because the minister said this or that, it doesn't mean it reflects all of our opinion. It was his opinion. And I'm going to show you that right now. I just find it funny you call a man like T.I., who has done a lot of detrimental things to the community with the power of his voice. You can tell me all the good he's done, but I know what those lyrics have done. I know the trends that he has started. The minister himself was canceled. They removed them off all social media platforms. Was that fair? Of course not. The man speaks and evokes people to words that he challenges people to change their course in life, build, no matter how I personally feel. But you were canceled yourself. Now you call a man who's reaching out to other platforms to cancel another brother in Charleston White. Charleston doing something as calling out the destructive tendencies in our black communities. I thought that's something you would align yourself with, minister, but I forgot. He called you guys out too, right? And for everybody who felt some type of way about what he was saying, to sum it up is basically, even these entities ain't above nothing over here, man. Y'all not above the homeless dude sleeping on the street over there, the young man playing basketball on the court, the young brothers breaking in the house over there. I mean, I look at all you people the same, man. You call yourself a leader, but you're reaching out to somebody like T.I. And the way T.I. said it, it was in a manner that you know what? Let me show you.
Don't go unnoticed. Thank you to Steve Jackson. Thank you to Minister Farrakhan. Thank you to the entire Nation of Islam. Thank you to my sister Hannah, my brother Clay, my brother KP, my brother Bear. Thank you to Director Deion Taylor. Thank you.
I couldn't even play another minute of that. I'm sorry, folks. I couldn't even play another minute of that hypocrisy. So the Nation of Islam, Minister Farrakhan, y'all calling this man what? Was he attacked by Charleston? Was he really in that fear of his life over something that his son got his mouth involved in? Come on, man. Let's stop playing these games. I've seen this so many times. The things people that are revered in high places, and I know I'm going to get backlash for this because there's a lot of people in our community that supports organizations like the Nation of Islam. I was too at a point in my life. So they deem the words that you're saying, which you're trying your best to make sense of it because you think for yourself, they will deem you as a detractor, someone that's just speaking ill intent or wishing ill intent on a good person or a good message. That's not what I'm saying. You know, what people are doing in their own communities could be seen as the same thing the Nation of Islam does. There's a lot of people that do the same thing, but the reason why I respect a lot of people who may not get the same fame, who are not revered because you don't know them, it's because they don't look for the cameras. It's our everyday people that are out here doing what they got to do to better the community. I mean, this is an organization when I was a student in, you know, potential candidate to be a member, I was taught not to worship celebrities. I was taught to clean up my neighborhood, clean up the culture, speak against the wickedness that's going on. This is what Minister Farrakhan teaches us. You may not like the approach that Charleston White takes, but is he not doing that, brother? Is he not doing that? And then I remembered a video that I made several weeks ago. It was Brother Islam, Rizza Islam's situation, alleged situation that he raped his fiance, which that sister got some checking that needs to be done to her. I can't even believe, Rizza, you'll still marry that woman after she made those claims. False claims, I don't know, but claims nonetheless. And yet somehow a private discussion, if it even was private, Dane Calloway spoke about this on his channel, and he said basically the minister was speaking either to the congregation in the mosque or with a group of members in a private session. Yet this got leaked out into the media. I won't go into what he was saying about Rizza, but I'll definitely bring it back to Malcolm, Khalid Muhammad, several other members in the nation who were student ministers and had a rising, had a glow to them that glued people to their every words in terms of paying attention. And I saw what those words did and the effects that it caused. A lot of brothers stood up tall when Malcolm spoke, stood up tall when Khalid spoke, as well as the sisters. Yet there's always this envy that comes from that group. NOI. It's always an envy that comes from that group. Because Minister Louis Farrakhan, there's a lot of brothers that's trying to push it out here, doing great things. They may not have the high social status that the TIs of the world have, but I understand you gravitate towards those people. You do this a lot. And your members in your nation does that a lot. So I just thought I'd speak on that and kind of showcase y'all hypocrisy, your envy, and your double dipping in the secular world that you told us to stay out of. But you're calling these people. You're calling these people, sir. Yes, I don't know your conversation with Tipster, but in the way he said, thank you to all those, including your name, that defended him, I thought, shame on you, minister. You shouldn't defend T.I. You should be calling out that man. You should be letting that man know that he is an influence out here. And when you on a grand stage with that type of audience, we don't settle for those cheap words these brothers preach out every day, rap every day, come out here, glorify their success. There's a manner that you do that in, not in a shameful way where it's tactics to deem others less than you. Y'all acting like this man was attacked, like he was in fear for his life and his family. Minister, Come out of that light that you guys seem to be carried away in. That light of recognition. Walking around here like you guys are truly making the biggest changes out here. You letting a little man like Charleston White have a bigger voice than you. A lot of y'all words we watch. You guys don't stand on your square the way you want us to. Sorry about that. Just a little angry. A little angry about that because I gave years of dedication to that movement. In terms of following it, standing up to it. You guys cause a lot of young men to lose a lot of insight in life because we stay in this narrow path through belief, through the things that you tell us to stand on and follow, but you don't do it yourself. I see it, man. I see it for what it is. I see it for what it is. And I just hope others can look at this and understand this is why you got to think for yourself. You got to think for yourself, speaking on LeBron being a slave in the NBA. That's what that other video was about. Speaking on LeBron being a slave in the NBA? Why are you so worried about these dudes in high places in these secular world? What consciousness has LeBron changed? I'll never speak about his skills as an athlete. But like Akon said, with all due respect, that's the minister's opinion when he agrees that LeBron is a slave in the NBA. That's a man looking for an opportunity like everybody else. I'm out, man. I'm out. I'm sorry. I thought I could really dive deep in it, but I understand once my emotions are going left, I just rather bounce out, man. Grab hold of myself and really put out a good train of thought so the words can be utilized properly and you can see the transparency of what I'm saying. Because I already know emotions bring so much, so much wrong perception of where I'm trying to come from. But those of you who are real, you know what's up, man. These guys try to sell you a dream. The only way it works is if you sleeping. I'd rather not use work. I'd rather say stay alive, man. Stay alive. And the best way you do it, man, is that third eye on your own. This brain is a prism, man. It's used to clear all false prophets, all false claims, all false narratives. So when you see a Minister Farrakhan and his Nation of Islam ministers surrounding themselves with the same people they told us are nothing compared to God, are nothing compared to their people who are in personal poverty, destruction, madness, chaos, whatever you want to call it. When we're in that type of destruction, man, that type of decline in terms of where we were as a people, you don't go to the celebrities. You come to the mud where it's at and you tap in with us. But you guys rather tap in with these celebrities. Minister calls T.I. Man, I heard it all from you guys, man.